fun fact, your brain doesn't actually know the difference between anxiety and excitement. So if you're ever feeling really anxious about something, pretend that you're excited. Pretend that you're excited, because if you think about it, the effects are super similar, sweaty, shaking, can't sleep, all of that. So pretend that you're excited next time you're really anxious about something. But if we want to change our emotion, we need to pair that emotion with the thoughts. Welcome to Forest Fire Rising, the podcast for visionaries and mystics alike. Those who know we are all connected and aren't here for mediocrity, but know they can create anything they desire. A space devoted to helping you root back into your body, your rhythm, and the world around you to become the embodied version of yourself that is safe to receive, express, and blossom into who you always knew you were meant to be. I am your host, Shauna, a college graduate 9-to-5 employee turned creative entrepreneur, breaker of chains, and rhythmic teacher. I am here to guide those who are ready to get back into the flow of nature and flow of themselves. I am on this journey with you, and I am so excited to walk through it together. Hi guys, so this episode is going to be super short and sweet for two reasons. The first reason is because it is very hot outside. It's been like in the 90s, literally like mid to high 90s for I swear 3 weeks now, which it's been all right. I never want to say that I take the heat or the sunshine for granted, but it's been really hot. So I don't want to sit out here for super long and get all uncomfy while I'm talking to y'all. And then two, I am off to Venda Festival this weekend. And I was supposed to leave 2 hours ago, but that's fine. I thought it was really important to still hop on here with y'all. I want to celebrate myself for that because I, in the past, would have just said, fuck it, not done an episode, but I want to be consistent. I want to show up every single Friday for you guys with a podcast. And so today's episode is super short, super sweet, and let's get right into it. So I want to really chat about how words are spells. What we say are literally magic spells that we are casting on our brains, on our bodies, on our life, and on our reality. And people just don't realize it. Well, if you're listening to the show, you probably realize it. You have to know that what we're saying is literally shaping our reality, and that we are so powerful in being able to take that back, and people just don't realize how powerful we are just with our words, with our thoughts, with our emotions. Our thoughts shape our emotions shape our reality, and it's all so, I don't want to call it woo-woo because it's not. It's fucking scientific. There are so many messages being sent from our brain to our body to our soul every single minute. And, I don't want to say woo-woo anyway because nothing is woo-woo. That makes it sound not true or weird or whatever. But everything that I talk about and everything that I believe fully rooted in my soul, in my body. But the way that our words and our thoughts shape our reality is just so interesting because we go around every day just saying things without thinking it. I'm not going to say it because I don't remember, but we have an incredibly high number of thoughts every single day. If you think about how many things you think in a day, the number is really fucking high. I don't know the exact number, but all of that is what we are personally experiencing every single day. What we're thinking is what we're experiencing. It's like we're putting on a pair of glasses made of our thoughts that shape what we're seeing every single day. And if we're going around not being intentional with what we're saying, then we are just willy-nilly willing things, feeling things, and having thoughts that probably aren't true, and we're letting those untrue thoughts make us feel a certain way. We're letting them limit us from what we're doing, from opportunities, from putting ourselves out there, from being seen, all because we are not being intentional with our thoughts and our words every single day. And if you've read The Four Agreements by Don Ruiz Miguel, I believe it is, one of the agreements is to be impeccable with your word. And that is because we want to be true in what we're saying and what we're thinking. It has to be congruent, what we're saying and what we're thinking and what we're feeling. We have to get it all on the same page, or it just doesn't work. And every time that you go around saying, I'm so broke, I can't afford that, I'll never do this, I never have any time, things never work out for me, of course this bad thing happens to me, you are really affirming that to your brain and to yourself. And so that is what you are going to start seeing. And there are ways you might be thinking, oh, isn't that a little delulu? I mean, maybe, but we have to be a little delusional I got a leaf stuck in my ring from my balcony planter. If you don't watch on video, you really should. I've been really proud of the YouTube execution lately, so I'm excited to keep growing over there. But anyway, we are going around shaping what we do, and our brains, if you think about it, are literally firing so many neurons every single minute. And the more and more we fire that specific neuron that says I'm not good enough, that says I'm broke, the more and more our brain and our body start to really, really believe it. And so we need to be switching our languaging over to not I'm broke, but I'm saving, or I'm choosing to prioritize my money toward this. Not, oh, I'm on such a strict budget. Not, I'm so bad at art. I'm so bad at painting. How about I'm learning to paint? I'm practicing my painting. I'm creating in flow through painting. And just your languaging can have so much power by switching what we're saying. And it does have to be more than just affirmations. You know, you can say so many things in the mirror, but if you really don't believe them, it won't work. It doesn't work if you're not, like I was saying, in congruency. If you are saying things out loud and your mind doesn't truly believe them, it's not in alignment, and your nervous system and your body is going to instantly reject that shit. Instantly reject it. So one thing that we can do is really find affirmations that are like in the middle. Find affirmations that are really positive for you and are on the path toward what you want to change your thinking to, but are still true. So instead of saying, I am a millionaire in the mirror every day, because you know that's not fucking true. Not yet. It's not true yet. But say that I am growing my abundance, or I only see evidence that money is coming to me. I only see evidence that my hard work is paying off and money is getting deposited in my bank account. Things that are true. And that is how you will get everything to be on the same page, in an alignment, incongruent. You need what you say to be aligned. And you can also do things like EFT tapping, which is when you tap on different acupressure points on your body, and that's connected to the amygdala of the brain. I think I said that right. But that is our fear and our threat section of our brain. And so we tap on these acupressure points while saying these affirmations, while reassuring safety to our body and our mind. And that naturally puts us into a calmer nervous system state, which is optimal for receiving the change in the neural pathways, in the neural pathways. And so that's really, really a great thing you can do. You don't even have to do affirmations with it. It's great for affirmations and changing your thinking, but also it's a great tool for, calming anxiety and getting into that type of state. And then another thing you can do is microdose or use psilocybin if that's your thing. So psilocybin boosts the natural compound that allows our brain to create new neural pathways. So when we think that, think of it like, think of it like you're in the snow, and each pathway is a set of footprints. And when you're a little kid, like you're walking behind your parent and you're trying to step in those footprints because it's fun, but it's also easier. So think like every time you have one thought, the thought is, I'm broke, I'll never make any money, I'll never get ahead. And you walk in that same path of footprints every single time. I think the neural pathway is that path of footprints. So every time that you walk in that path, it is going to get deeper and stronger and more prominent in the snow or your brain. But what using psilocybin does is it takes a shovel and ruins that path. It smooths it out, and it allows you to take a different pathway, and it allows you to change, I'm broke, I'll never make any money, to I'm improving my money mindset. I am working toward building something amazing for myself. It will all work out because it always does. It allows you to change the set of footprints, and then you keep working toward that and you make that pathway super strong. So without even thinking, that is where your brain goes. That's where your brain goes, and it gets stronger and you don't even have to think, and that's when it becomes real. That's when it becomes a real thought. And psilocybin really helps with that. But overall, that concept I just explained is how we rewire our brain and how all of this stuff is going to work. And then you can do somatic healing. Our bodies hold so much emotion, so much trauma. So intentionally moving or even unintentionally moving, going out to dance and have fun with your friends, going on a walk, shaking your body, shaking your arms, your legs, helps just release some of that stuck emotion. For women, we hold so much trauma in our hips. We should be moving our hips, shaking our ass often in order to move some of those emotions. And then second of all, we need to pair these affirmations with emotion. You have to feel it. You know why trauma is so effective, why it affects us so much? Because it comes with usually a really jarring, strong, memorable emotion with an event, and it really just digs its way so deep into our body and our nervous system. But if we can do that with other emotions, if we can, pair the emotion of joy or excitement instead of anxiety. Fun fact, your brain doesn't actually know the difference between anxiety and excitement. So if you're ever feeling really anxious about something, pretend that you're excited. Pretend that you're excited, because if you think about it, the effects are super similar, sweaty, shaking, can't sleep, all of that. So pretend that you're excited next time you're really anxious about something. But if we want to change our emotion, we need to pair that emotion with the thought. So think about really happy things and think about your emotion. Think about something you are really excited about, or something you're really, really proud of, or something that you love about yourself while you are telling yourself that you are so beautiful in the mirror and so successful. And think about everything that you have accomplished, no matter how small, no matter how small. And then you can build on that, because the stronger and stronger you strengthen the system, the more efficient it is, the easier it is. And I'm 100% not even there yet. Actually, I still work on this every day. I have tons of limiting beliefs that I am still working through, but these are some of the things that I do. And it really just breaks my heart to hear people call themselves stupid, to say that they're bad at things. And a lot of times those people are not in the best situations to begin with. And I know it can be really hard to get out of, but it all starts with our thoughts and our words and our mindsets. And also, making real change toward what we want. And one thing I forgot to mention is something that's really good for changing your neural pathways and being really receptive is getting into the theta state, which can happen under hypnosis or deep meditation, but it also is very, very strong when we first are going to sleep, when we're falling asleep, or right when we wake up. So if you can do some of these things right when you're falling asleep or right when you wake up, and the reason that it's so strong is because the activity of our prefrontal cortex is super duper lessened. And that is the area that is responsible for logic, overthinking, and analyzing. So when that part of our brain is the least active, our subconscious, which is like 95% of our brain or something, is more active. So our bodies are in such a receptive state at that point. And you can get there by meditation or hypnosis, or when you go to bed, or right when you're waking up. So if you can remember, I honestly always think that I want to do that, but I never remember. Like when you wake up, it's hard to think. You really got to get in emotion of just like doing it right when you wake up, but definitely easy to forget right when you're waking up. And also just staying hydrated and healthy and eating nutritious meals, optimizing your body so that your body is not working so hard on stuff. Our brains are also like 95% water or something like that. And so we want to be drinking quality water, hydrogen rich water, ionized water, that can actually get through our blood brain barrier to optimize our brains and our thinking and our bodies, so that all the energy can go toward being healthy and not healing a sickness, but instead thriving and changing our mindset and growing. So my challenge for you this week is I want you to think of one little languaging thing that you can switch. Mine recently, I'm trying to take the word hopefully out of my vocabulary. So it's not, I'm hopefully going to the gym tomorrow. I'm hopefully getting this done tomorrow. I'm hopefully going to meet this goal. No, I am, so that I can align myself with the identity of somebody that does that. So I can tell my brain, you are somebody that does what you say you're going to do. You're not just giving this a wishy-washy thing. You are a badass. You are incredible. You are a queen. So one thing that you can switch this week. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing night, wherever you are, whatever time it is.